So, I think we're live again. So, yeah, we are live. Hello guys, we're live again. Yeah. Yeah guys. Unfortunately, we had to restart the stream because there were some problems with the last lobby. I don't know what problems there were that occurred, but maybe someone in the chat can tell me. Maybe Andre, if you are in the chat, could you please tell me what that mess was, because I didn't really get it. As Emirul really goes up provisional power with a 190.7, which is really fast for this track. So, to explain it, we had some issues. I don't know what. Maybe Andre or someone, if you're in the chat, can explain to me why we had those what issues we had. But yeah, we jumped to short qualifying as Sigazuke takes provisional pole. And when I say provisional pole, I mean it, because we have a new qualifying format for this race, just for this race, because yeah, some issues. We're just doing short qualifying, so every lap counts really much, really hard. And we see what happens in the short qualifying, where everyone can go full out from the beginning. To explain, short qualifying is just like normal qualifying, but you basically just play Q3 but with 20 cars, and it's 18 minutes long. Or to explain better, you just play Q1, add your positions in Q1, say where you position at in the grid later. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So we had the first few drivers already setting the lap time. Okay, thank you Andre. So yeah, everyone readied up, but not everyone was in yet, because no one's that often what's said that you need to ready up as Sigazuke goes with the first 118 of the day. That's what I expected from Division 1, 118 times, which are really fast. So yeah, that was a mess and we just restarted it. As Sigazuke, no, that's something else. As Burrito goes P2 with a 190.523, but thanks for the information, Andre. Is Star Pro Food gonna leave the Rapster by or not? Because it looks like Star Pro Food is on a hot lap. No, he's not. Okay. One problem solved. As we follow the Rapster on his hot lap and see if he can challenge pole or not. as he takes that turn very aggressively and cuts a bit of gravel. That just shows you how much on the limit these guys are driving, and that is invalidated. He left the track with all 4 wheels, but it looked like it could be a really good lap. As we're following Sefter in the Ferrari, just starting his hot lap. Currently P7C because he didn't set a lap yet, as we only have 9.5 minutes remaining in the session. So half the session done already, and a few people didn't set lap times yet. As he validates his lap time. Wow, that's crazy that didn't got invalidated. Looked like he was off the track with 4 wheels, but seems like he wasn't. As the Raptor goes on provisional pole with a 180.9, which is only 0.03 of a second faster than the lap time of Sagasuke. As Rocco goes 1 position faster as he overtakes David. As we follow the Alfa Romeo Amiru. As Emerald goes P3, I just had to have a little talk with one of the mods of the server, so I didn't have a view on the picture. But yeah, as there's a few people going out, as Brocco gets himself a 5-place grid penalty for causing a collision with Guy and the Gangster. What happened there? Looks like something happened. As Temp goes P3, almost a 180 time, but that's a really strong lap. As we watch the Force India of Vesto. heading towards the Scottish chicane. And he's 6/10 of a second faster than his previous fastest lap. As Vestel goes P5 for Force India. And we've got Zigazuki in P2 for Force India as well, so Force India really strong in this weekend in Monza. As we watch Vestel going straight through the first corner. And we're following Star Puppet through the first and the second Lesmo turn. Let's see if he takes them well. He could have carried a bit more speed, but it looked like he had a bit of understeer through that second Lesmo. But that lap didn't look good. He's already 4 seconds ahead of his delta, or behind. It looks like Star Puppet is not going to be able to drive a better lap time. I'm sorry for that yawn. As we're following Jackie Bridie through the first Lesmo and also through the second Lesmo, he takes that Lesmo turns way better than the driver, whose name is Star Puppet, I think. As he goes through the Parabolica and pits. Okay. I couldn't tell if he was on the half lap or not. As we watch Sastre in the Ferrari out of the first Lesmo turn. As he validates his lap time through Ascari, but I think he was on a great pace. As we are following Peter right now through the first Lesmo turn and also through the second Lesmo turn. Also validating his lap time in the entry of his car. As we're watching Perry going through the first Lesmo corner. Oh no, that was the second Lesmo corner. I'm sorry. Did I just see Vestal hitting the wall for a slight brief moment? Looks like this. As Burrito improves and goes P4. Sefter again invalidating his lap time in that turn. But yeah, Kawaitai comes to a close. And I think we see no one beating that pole time from the Raptor. Again, because I think Joseph isn't gonna improve that much. He will need to improve more than 1 second. I think he did do that. But we'll see. But he goes P8, which is not bad. As we're following P-Pass through the Parabolica, crosses the line in P10. I think we have no one who's on a hot lap. I think everyone is pitting now, and that makes the Raptor pole sitter for the next race. So, as we see the results of qualifying, we see D-Raptor grabbing pole, and alongside him we have Zigazuke, McLaren's, Temp and Burrito in the Haas. Then we have the two Alfa Romeos locking out the third row. Really strong results from those two cars, and Vestal for the Force India in P7, so also a strong result for Force India. And yeah, we see how it panned out in the race. We wait for the race here in Italy. As we've got every driver currently choosing their strategies and choosing what they want to do. Italy normally is a very easy one-stop strategy from soft to medium, because Italy doesn't have that much tire wear, because we don't have a lot of turns, because Italy only has 11 turns and a lot of straights, and we've got a lot of time driving full throttle as we go on the formation lap and see the drivers warming their tires. And we've got one of the Williams parking on the side and two drivers getting disqualified from formation lap. Yeah, Monza, also known as the Temple of Speed, home to all the teams with the Ferrari engine except Haas, and home to AlphaTauri. The course only has 11 turns and is driven roughly 80% full throttle. Because of that, it's also known Temple of Speed. Here we see the projected pit stop strategy, with it being an easy one stop to either the medium or the hard tire. Some drivers might also opt to start on the mediums to maybe go to soft tires later, but that's not what I would do in a league race, because the league race you often have early safety cars, so soft is better. And yeah, Monza, also known as Temple of Speed, it's one of the few origin circuits in F1 which has been on the F1 calendar since the first season. The drivers now going through the Ascari chicane, that chicane named after the famous Ferrari world champion Alberto Ascari. And just lining up, going through that back straight and going through the parabolica turn. We see how this race is going to go. We've got a few new drivers on the grid and a few reserve drivers like the Repstar, who instantly grabbed pole, and I think he's not a standard driver in this driver's field. As we see the drivers heating up their tires and right now driving into formation. And the drivers are ghosting, like it's always going on formation lap. I don't know why Codemasters can't fix their game properly, but yeah, happens. Still one of the biggest wishes of many players that you can drive the entire formation lap for yourself. But let's not discuss about that. We've got a league race to drive. As we see everyone lining up on the grid, just waiting for the last cars to line up. As we've got 5 red lights, and out they go? Question mark? I don't know what happened, but now they go. And we see it's a great start from the Alfa Romeo, starting on the third row. Already past his teammate and past the Haas, who had a very bad start. As we see Zigezuke and Tab going side by side through the first turn, there's a collision. Zigezuke is almost spin around by the Alfa Romeo in the back. And we see a few pieces of front wing flying, but looks like everyone is nicely through the first turn. But we've got a virtual safety car, so some pieces flew. And we see one of the big winners of the start is Tink, who already made up 5 places and also started. So both Renaults having a really nice start. And the Raptor keeping his position. So very interesting. We'll see what happens next. The race restarts. As Kerry goes past Star for Food. As we watch Jack right up the tail of Rocco of the Ferrari. As we see overtaking done in front there. I always am missing the nice overtakes, that's sad. As we got a few drivers pitting, they presumably all have wing damage. Everyone who pits. And I assume they are all going to the hard tire. They are wanting to finish the race on that compound. As we've got Temp right after Chelsea Reps, so that would be a really intense fight for the lead, I think. But the Raptor pulls away. As we see David getting squeezed out by Taylor. As Jackie is right up the tail of Animais, he's going to try a move. And we get the projected pit strategy again. I don't know what's going on with that game, but it happens. As we got a yellow in sector 2. And Rapster with a new fastest lap for 1:22.699. But we now watch the battle in the front for the lead. Because Temp is really close to the Rapster. And I think we have the DRS enabled this lap. So it's really going to have to stay behind him into that 1 second, and then maybe he can try and move down the inside of the first corner. But he has to stay close so he's able to do that, with Emiru right up his tail. He has the DRS and the rear wing opens. And he's flying towards the Rapster, but the Rapster really fast on that circuit. I think we won't see move from Temp against the Rapster on the start finish straight, but we will see a move from Emiru to Temp on the start finish straight, because I think Temp is out of the DRS range. No, he's not, but Emiru still has a really good chance to attack. He's going to the outside, Temp to the inside, but Emiru is just too fast. We see both drivers locking up, but Emiru is in front. But I think that battle is not over yet. Temp is staying really close behind, and all that fighting will allow the Rapster to keep his position. As Guy the Gangster gets himself a penalty. As Skyen drives the new fastest lap of the race. But I think we see... Oh! Is Zigazuki? No, he's not close enough. Look like a bit like he's close enough to try and move down the inside of Parabolica, but he's not. So I think we have two potential fights on the start finish straight. We'll take a look at the first one. Emiru against Raptor. Emiru is DRS range. And I think this would be a rather easy move for him. He's able to open his rear wing. Goes towards the outside, but the Raptor shuts the door. Also Zigazuki shuts the door against him. As we've got Vassal pitting. Maybe for a new front wing, because I think he wouldn't come in that early only for tires. So something happened to him. But we've got the yellow in sector 2. And Kerry getting a 3-second penalty. I think this will be a 3-way battle. Zigazuki in the slipstream of Emiru. Is he going to try to move around the outside? Looks like Zigazuki got past, but is Emiru going to try to defend down the inside? No, he's not. Zigazuki is past then in P2 and Emiru in P3. But all that fighting is causing a bigger gap from Rapster to Zigazuki. But we've seen in qualifying that Zigazuki is a really fast driver. And he just got unlucky in first lap. But Emiru is still up the tail of Zigazuki. He wants that place back. and he will get a shot on that. Maybe on that straight or maybe on the start finish straight, we will see. And we were really close again to the tail of Suzuki. As Temp goes into the pits, and he's going for which tire? We'll see which tire he's going for. It's the hard tire for Temp. As we see Taylor right up the tail of David. And is David gonna catch Temp, who was just in the pits? No, he's not. But I think Temp might have created a chain reaction there with going into the pits now, and the other drivers in front maybe wanting to protect from the undercut, the potential undercut Temp is getting. So he might have ignited a chain of pit stops there. As we've got a yellow in sector 2, and the yellow is suddenly away again. But yeah, a clean race right now from start to finish line, with no one out yet, which really surprises me. So, is Suzuki close enough to make a move against Rapster? I think he's not, even though he's able to activate the DRS. He's not fast enough yet. But we will follow him through the first few turns and through this entire lap. We can also right now follow Taylor, who is really close to David and has just passed the start finish straight. But no move done in the first turn. But David's really slow. Maybe Taylor can smack him on the exit if he gets a good exit. No, he doesn't. As Admiral is out of the session, what happened there? Was it a mistake by himself? Wow, that was one of the favorites for the victory. But that looks like he spun himself out just out of Ascari on his own. Wow, he was one of the top favorites for the victory, but he's out of the race. And we've got our first DNF this race. Is Suzuki? No, he's not. But maybe he's close enough to try and move. But I say that like every lap, and he's not. As we've got the yellow in sector 3. As the Ferrari of Zafter and the Mercedes of Jossa are wheel to wheel going into turn 1. And Zafter has done a move and he's able to make it stick. Right now the race turns up a lot of people. As the Rapster, he pits. No, Suzuki got past the Rapster. I completely missed that move. Because I didn't expect it to happen on the back straight. But I don't think that's the best overtaking spot, because the Rapster right now has the DRS on the start finish straight and he's going to be able to catch Suzuki again. The Rapster has that inside line, Shigezuka has that outside line. Is Shigezuka going to be able to stick? There's a little bit of contact there as the Rapster goes on the grass and Shigezuka keeps his position. As we see a few people pitting, like Kerry, who's also going to be taking a tire that will this will lead him to the end. But yet Rapster has to give Shigezuka a little bit of a gap, but he's now coming closer with the DRS enabled, not trying to move down and discouraging him. But if he keeps close enough, he maybe is able to try and move next straight. But Shigezuka looks like he's really fast. It was just a matter of time if he got past it. As we see the Ferrari that got left behind him a bit wide through that turn. As we see the Renault of Tink in the horizon. As the Rapster pits, he's going to try the undercut on Shigezuka, and I think Shigezuka has to immediately react to that and has to pit next lap as well. So maybe the Rapster gets that position just by undercutting him. Maybe that's the genius strategy we're waiting for. And why that happens, we see an overtake, but that's not really an overtake because they was gonna pit already this step. As we see Joseph really close behind the Ferrari of Scheffler again. They were brawling it out last lap on the straight. Are they brawling it out again this lap? It looks like it. He got the DRS down the main straight. Is he going to make that move stick? Or is Scheffler going to try move down the inside? No, he's not. And Joseph is passed against Scheffler again. As he slides a bit out of that turn. But we have a look at Shigezuka now. Going through the Parabolica. And I think he has to pit now and react to the undercut attempt of the Rapster. And that's what he's doing. He's pitting. And we're on board with the Rapster right now. Just going through the back straight. And right now braking for the Parabolica. This is going to be really close. Is Shigezuka gonna come out ahead of the Rapster? We just see Shigezuka at the pit exit, but the Rapster's undercut worked! He's passed Shigezuka again! So all that work Shigezuka took to overtake him is vanished in a few seconds of time, in one lap, with a genius strategy move from the Rapster. Right as he got overtaken, he went into the pits and got himself the undercut. Those two guys are in their own league today. As we've got a few overtakes happening. In the back. And that's the Ferrari that got left. That really... Oh, and that's the McLaren going onto the grass. As we see grass flying through the air. As Guy the Gangster spins and breaks his front wing. And that's a virtual safety car. As Guyan leaves the session and lets the AI drive for him. As we've got green flags again. As we've got yellow in sector 3. You see Brocco going into the pits. And Guyan also going into the pits. I really want to know right now if he's driving on AI. But we won't see that. But the reps are just faster on that new tire than Suzuki right now. Already 2.5 seconds ahead. As we see, Jake right up the tail of BFAS. He's going to try and move down the inside in the Ascari chicane. No route, swooping around the outside through that, not as straight. Going through Ascari and he makes that move stick. But I think he has to pay attention on the start finish straight. But looks like he doesn't though, because he just got this in the DRS range of Scroll, and BFAS is not in the DRS range from him. And Sprocco gets himself another 3-second penalty. I don't know what's that, but yeah. As we see Carey right up the tail of Tink. Is he going to try a move on the main straight? He's not close enough to try the move in the Ascari chicane. I think also very close to Animeister for that P4. And I want to take a look at penalties now, because that might also become important. But right now we're just watching Tink overtaking Animeister. And also the Alfa Romeo Carey maybe having something to say against Animeister. But yeah, he is not going to be able to make the move. But as we look at penalties, yeah, we see a lot of people in the front with penalties. And Suzuki having 3 seconds left penalty by the refs there. So maybe if he gets himself a 3 second... Oh, that's close! And that was maybe a bit too close. I don't know who started that move, but I think that was too close to a counter. As we're watching, Jackie Bright almost side by side with Scroll. During the Vesmos, but being so slow now maybe gives the opportunity to Basso, who's right up the tail of him, to make a move. But Jackie also has the DRS, but he's still coming closer and closer. It's going to try and move into the Ascari chicane. He pulls to the left, Jackie also pulls to the left. And Scroll is the loser of that, but they're still almost side by side, but Jackie looks like he's in front. But Vestel is in front. But Jackie's still up his tail. Is he going to try a move into Parabolica? This will be really interesting on the main straight now, because we've got 4 people all within 1 second. Scroll is really close to Jackie and Vestel, but no one is going to change position here. As BFAS almost tries an opportunistic dive bomb to bomb Scroll out of the race. As we've also got Heap going up in front. There's the lap car of Brocco, and we have Tink behind 10. Really close. Brocco almost driving into Tink. But oh, goes too wide there. It's too wide. He might already be out of the S range for that. But we have a look at Jackie Brighty now again. Right behind Vestel. He's not going to try a move here, but he's definitely going to be trying a move on the first chicane as Burrito goes past Animeister. As Vestal pits for new tires. Why is there always this one car that has that weird engine sounds? As Scott goes a bit lighter as he would have wanted, and Animeister directly profits from that as he moves up into P10. Yeah, I think so too. It's very close in front, but in Monza penalties don't count as much as in other circuits like Canada, because when you're in Canada and you don't have any penalties, that is super impressive. But as you look at the penalties now, I think in the front there nothing would change without penalties, as we look at the gaps. Because Raptor would still stay in front with Suzuka and Temp directly behind him. I think nothing would change on the podium. Because Burrito's just too far back. As Animeister gets past Jackie very easily. But nothing exciting going on that first straight. But we're just going to be getting some onboard footage of the Rapster, who's just really fast. I think that's gonna be the next overtake we will see, with Tink right up behind tail of Tim. He's just way faster than Tim. Tim also being on the hard tire and Tink being on mediums, which also makes him faster. But Temp is swarming around there. Why? But Tank not only has to overtake Temp, but he also has to try to give himself a 3-second lead over him. But that's the thing that he can do with those mediums. But he's not able to try the move. As we see a Ferrari stopping. What happened there? Looks like he spun. Yeah. Sadly, I can't show you an instant replay. As we've got the Raptor going through again. And I think that's Ferrari, and he just broke his front wing. I'm not going to be harsh to you, Rocco, but with being left like 2 to 3 times, I think you don't belong into Division 1. But I don't need to talk about that because I'm also Division 2. And I'm not one of the fastest, either one of the stupidest. As David I don't know, retires, and Rocco also retires. And we've got a full safety car. And I think Rocco intentionally crashed himself into the wall. To retire. That's the way to retire. I won't tell you. But I assume he crashed himself intentionally into the wall. And it looked like it from the mini map. I have a look at the screen replay. Yeah, it looked like it was pure. Yeah, the safety car will also be a big factor in this race because we've got a few people with penalties and the field is going to be stuffed up again. And so penalties matter a lot more with this late safety car. We only have 6 laps to go in this race. But it looks like maybe Rocco's also going to get penalized for that, because that's not how you retire in a league race. If you don't want to race anymore, you go into the pits and the Raptor decides to pit for new tires. I think that's a mistake. I think you shouldn't do that. As Suzuki gets past him on his medium tires. Maybe that's also the right choice, because he will come out in P2 and he's on faster tires than Suzuki. And he has a... no, he doesn't have a penalty. But Suzuki also has a 3-second time advantage over it. And Raptor also has to get past Tink now. I think he just threw away his win with pitting for new softs. Because I think the thing is, he has to catch Suzuki to win it, to become P1 again. He has to catch Suzuki again, get past him, which is not easy because he has another car between them, and he has to get himself a 3-second lead over him. So I think he just threw away a win there. If he would have stayed then in front, yeah, because we also need like another 1 or 2 laps until the safety car comes in again, so you only have 4 laps to go after the safety car, and that's not good for him. I think he just threw away his win there. I think Suzuki, if he doesn't make a lot wrong, is going to win this Grand Prix. But Rito also a top candidate for me for P2 to P3. Because of also the penalties, and he's one of the few drivers who stayed without penalties this evening. As you're watching them all line up behind each other. Presumably doing 1 full lap. as Joseph is out of the session. And I don't know if that was an intentional retirement or not. But it's out of Ascari. Every driver just giving their best to heat up the tires. We're still waiting for a lot of drivers to come into the queue. I don't think the safety car will come in this lap. Or will it? And I underestimate the speed. No, Star Prophet and the other Force India are just now going through the lesson mode. Yep, safety car will stay out another lap. Which is just really good for Shigezuki because that gives Rapster less time to catch him. So the more the safety car stays out, the better it looks for Shigezuki. Yeah, I think this is the last lap to safety car will stay out. We're just waiting for two drivers to align themselves in the queue. What's going on with that engine? That doesn't sound healthy. But I think even if BFAS doesn't catch them, which looks unlikely, the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. And we will have 2 laps of racing. And it all looks really good for Shigezuki to take this win. Because he has less penalties than the other drivers. And Burrito also with the ability to go on the podium. What happened to Scroll? Scroll got himself a penalty and broke his front wing and there's trouble at the back. Looks like it. But we're just looking at the restart. Shigezuki goes on the throttle and spins out of the lead! And that's a big collision. There's a few people going out there. That was trouble at the restart. Wow, what was that? Nothing. The poor McLaren of Jake Francis and the other McLaren could have done. That looked a bit like Mugello 2020 to me, but yeah, super sad for Shigezuki. I really would have loved for him to take that win. Because Rapster played this penalty wrong, but won't happen now. All Raps. What? Now Burrito has the chance to win this race if he keeps up with the pace. Burrito has got a chance here. Burrito is able to win the race out of nowhere. But he now has a 3-second penalty, so yeah, he needs to stay within the pace of the Rapster. And that's difficult because the Rapster is fast because he's on fresh softs. But now, Schefter looks like he's in contention for that one because he has no penalties. And I don't know if Rapster is able to give himself a 5-second advantage over Schefter in one lap. 2-second advantage, I'm sorry. 2 seconds more of advantage. As Carry the Cunt is out of the session. And Scroat goes to pit. And Scroat also retires. But that battle for the win is really exciting. Schefter now has to really keep up that pace. And that might have been it, that Andy Meister was too slow in front there. That might have been the win for Schefter. Maybe that will be super tight at the end, if he takes that win or not. But that's just too slow. I think that's it. I don't know who will claim the win there, but I think it will be the Rapster, although he has 6 seconds of penalties. But we will see. As we are watching, the Rapster crossing the line, currently in P1. After that we've got Tink, and right after that we've got Tears and Burrito who goes up into P3, and we've got Schefter going to P2. And Andy Meister just getting down the order. And we're right now just waiting for Tab and Zigezuki to finish the race. Super sad result for Zigezuki. He was leading the whole a lot of laps in this race. Also had a really strong qualifying, and then this thing happened at the restart, which was really sad for him. But yeah, it's racing, sometimes that happens. As Zigezuki is the last one to cross the line in P12. As Schefter wins Driver of the Day. Yeah, the Rapster with an almost perfect result. He won from pole position, had the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, almost a really perfect weekend for him. Schefter also could have won the race if he would have been just a little bit faster. And so we see it. The Rapster won the race, after him is Schefter. And we've got a few people there, like Andy Meister, that drove a really fantastic race from the back places of the grid to a leading position. And that was it. That was another really exciting race in Division 1 in Delta Pace Racing. I hope you liked the stream. I hope you had fun watching the stream. And yeah, that's the end of it. I will end the stream now. Bye.